starting with our next topic, that is human body and movement. So we are talking about us now, that how and what kind of movement our body shows. So yes, let us try some movement. So I'll do some movements in front of you and you'll observe and do on your own also that how our different parts of body are moving. Now, bowl an imaginary ball at an imaginary wicket. How do you move your arm? So while playing cricket, so this is the action we are doing in the cricket game. So for example, we are bowling a ball. So here I'm standing like this. Now what I'm trying to do, that is I'm trying to bowl an imaginary ball. For example, I have an imaginary ball in my hand and now I have to bowl it. So here is an imaginary wicket in front of me. So what I'm doing is that I am trying to see the movement of my arm. Can you see that I am bowling like this? So did you see how my hand is moving? For example, I am bowling like this and throwing the imaginary ball at the wicket. So did you see that how my arm is moving? The whole part from the shoulder is moving. So this was one thing. You can also try this movement on your own. Second is lie down and rotate your leg at the hip. So what you will do, you will sleep on the bed and then you will raise your two legs up like this. And with your hips stable, you are going to move your legs like this. In a rotating manner, you are going to move your leg like this. So now look and observe carefully that how your leg is moving with this hip stable. Now next is bend your arm at the elbow and leg at the knee. So this is my arm straight. Now I'm trying to bend my arm like this. Kis jagah se? From my elbow, like this. I'm trying to bend my arm. Same in the case of leg. I'm trying to raise my leg or bend my leg from the knee area. I'm trying to bend it. So you can also try this. Also, stretch your arm sideways. I have my arm like this. I'm stretching it sideways. See, this is how I'm stretching it. Can you see my arm stretching? You can stretch also. And see the movement. Observe the movement of the arm. Your arm also. You can observe your arm also. आप देखिए, try करके देखना सभी लोग. So yes. Now next is bend your arm to touch your shoulder. For example, this is my arm straight. Now I have to touch my shoulder. So see, I am now touching my shoulder with my arms bent like this. So I have shown you various kind of movement that our body does. So according to these movements, we have to note down the observations in a table, and this is the table. So we have two columns. First one is the body part which is we are moving, and in the second column we have 5 sub columns, and we have to describe that what exactly the movement is. It partial, it is complete, or it is not moving at all. So these are the 5 sub columns in the column of movement. So the first body part is neck. Now neck, this is our neck. Now will you see if it is rotates completely or not? For example, I am trying to move my head like this. So my neck doesn't move completely. Yeah. So rotates completely में कुछ नहीं आएगा. In the second sub column, it is rotates partly. आधा मूव कर रहा है, तो आधा तो मूव कर रहा है. So we will write yes here. Now in the third sub column, is your neck bending? So yes, it bends like this. See, ये bending movement है. This is the bending position. So our neck is bending. Yeah. So here also it will come yes. Now, are you able to lift your neck? So for example, my head is like this, bent in a bent position. Now, if I want to try to lift my neck, are you able to lift it? So yes, we are able to lift it. So here it will come yes. Last sub column is does not move at all. तो move तो कर रहा है, ऐसा तो नहीं है कि it is stuck at one position. So it will come here. It will come nothing. Now next is wrist. So this is my wrist. Can you see my wrist? Touch your wrist. This is our wrist. So it rotates, but it doesn't rotates completely. Yeah? पूरा एकदम circle 360 degree में नहीं move करती. But it is rotating partly. Can you see? the rotation being partly held. So yes, here it will come yes. Now does it bends? Up see, this is wrist. Yeah, is it able to bend? Bending means what? Movement. Don't confuse it with the movement. Means कि जो wrist के area में you have the bones, are they able to bend it or not? So here it will come nothing because it is not able to bend. Now lift. Are you able to lift your wrist? Obviously I can. See, this is the lifting movement that I'm doing with my wrist. So yes, we can. So here also it will come yes. Now third column, it will come nothing because you are able to move it. So next is fingers. Rotate it, but again the rotation is not complete. It is partly movement. Rotate करने का मतलब है कि in the all 360 degrees you are able to move it, but it is not possible. जितने भी हमने अभी तक एग्जाम्पल्स किए हैं उसमें वो पॉसिबल नहीं है कि आप 360 डिग्री रोटेशन लेके आ सको. So here the movement is partly in case of fingers also. Try to rotate it. And does it bends? Again I'm telling you, bending position वाली चीज यहाँ पे नहीं है because ये जो बोन है यहाँ पे दिख रहा है आपको, ये this bone which I am showing, this one, it is not able to bend properly. या bend नहीं कर सकती. Now are you able to lift your finger? Yeah, I'm able to lift it. See, lying down and I'm lifting up my finger like this. So I'm able to lift it. Yeah. And in the column does not move at all. It is wrong because we are able to move our finger. Yeah. Next is ankle. Now ankle is in our leg. Ankle कहाँ पे है? For जैसे यहाँ पे wrist है, same position पे in our leg we have ankles. So if you are able to move your ankle, yeah, आप रोटेट कर पा रहे हैं, but 360 डिग्री रोटेशन नहीं हो सकती. Try to move your ankle. Try to rotate it. Yeah, like I am doing. Obviously, it is not visible, but I am moving it. So it rotates partly. पूरा complete movement नहीं होता, 360 डिग्री movement नहीं होता ankle का because of several bones present there, but it rotates partly, right? It doesn't bends. The bone present in the ankle does not bend. Also, you are able to lift your ankle or not. I try to do it because I'm not able to show it from here. So try to lift your ankle. You will be able to lift it. But does not move at all में कुछ नहीं आएगा. Next we have our toes. For example, fingers, जैसे आपके fingers हैं आपके hand में, same as आपके leg में जो fingers हैं, toes जिनकी हम बात कर रहे हैं. So they are rotating partly. You are able to rotate it, but not completely. Partly again. Now bend, you cannot bend them. Also you can lift them and does not move at all में कुछ नहीं आएगा. Now coming to the back. Back, if you want to rotate your back like this, okay, try to rotate it. I am showing you a small movement of the back rotation like this. So you are able to rotate it partly but not completely. And are you able to bend your back? So if I am trying to bend like this, see, this is the bending position. So I am able to bend it, right? So it can bend. Our back can also bend like this, and if it is in the bent position, you are able to lift it like this. So lifting movement is also there in case of our back. Does not move at all में कुछ नहीं आएगा because all the body parts that we have discussed yet are able to move. Now next is head. Head, if you I am rotating like this, see, ये मेरी rotation है neck की, and I am able to move but not completely, but partly. So I am able to move my neck like this. Also lift, obviously I can lift my neck like this. So I am able to lift it like this. Yeah. And does not move at all में कुछ नहीं आएगा. Next आता है elbow. This is my elbow. Yeah. I am able to what? Rotate it. See, rotate हो रहा है but complete नहीं हो रहा है. My elbow is rotating partly. And I am able to lift it also. See, like this. So these two movements are happening in case of my elbow. Does not move at all में कुछ नहीं आएगा because it is still moving. Now coming to arm. अब arm, this was our elbow. Arm is this full length of my hand. ये full length जो आपको दिख रही है ये मेरा क्या है? Arm है. See, I am lifting it up. This is my arm which I am holding like this. So now remember the activity or the movement that we just did of throwing an imaginary ball at the imaginary wicket. So my arm just went backside like this, at the back it went, and then it came in the front position like this. So this rotation that I just did is a complete rotation. I can move my arm from back to front and front to back like this. Yeah, so that is the complete movement that my arm is showing. So here in the first column, as you can see, that I have written that it can rotate completely. So it is true. But in case of arm, rotate partly तो नहीं कर रहा है, it is rotating completely. So rotate partly वाले column में we'll write nothing. Are you able to bend this part? Arm is starting from here. We cannot bend it. So here it will come nothing. Or you cannot lift it. आप lift भी नहीं कर सकते हो. So this particular part I'm talking about, particular bone present in this area. So here also it will come nothing. Now next it does not move at all. तो move नहीं करेगा. So here is a question for you. Why is it that we are able to move a few parts of our body easily in various directions and some only in one direction? So for example, in case of our neck, हम at particular direction ही अपना neck move कर सकते हैं. But in case of arms, we are able to move in कितने कितने direction में. आप front भी कर सकते हैं, आप back भी move कर सकते हैं. You can raise it also. So why is it happening? Why does it happens? इतने different type of movement क्यों show होते हैं in case of our this body movement? So it is because of presence of what? Let's discuss first कि ऐसा होता क्यों है, कि इस तरीके के body movements क्यों होते हैं हमारे. So basically क्या होता है कि because of some joint present at different positions in our body, we are able to move our body parts either partly or completely. अगर तो जॉइंट किस तरीके का प्रेजेंट है उस पर डिपेंड करता है. अगर जॉइंट ज्यादा स्टिफ है, आई एम जस्ट टॉकिंग इन अ जनरल टर्म्स सो दैट इट इज इजी फॉर यू टू अंडरस्टैंड, बट दिस टॉपिक वी विल डिस्कस इन डिटेल आगे चैप्टर में. सो फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ द जॉइंट इज अ लिटिल स्टिफ in a stiffer manner, so you will not be able to move your neck completely. But in the case of joint present in the shoulder area, you will be able to move your hand more easily. So that also depends on the kind of joint that is present in our neck or in our shoulder. So it depends on that. So here we will write it is because of the joints present in our body. Now what exactly are joints? Joints का आप हिंदी में अगर आप ट्रांसलेट करोगे तो joints ऐसी जगह होती है जहां से कोई चीज जुड़ती है. From where things join, that is joint. So in our body क्या चीज प्रेजेंट होती है? हमारे बॉडी के अंदर क्या चीज, जो हम मेरी बॉडी खड़ी है, if I am standing like this, why am I standing like this? Because of the bones that is present in my body. So जहां से दो बोन्स ज्वाइन कर रही हैं, फॉर एग्जाम्पल यहां से मेरी आर्म की बोन ज्वाइन कर रही है मेरी बॉडी पे, सो ये क्या बन गया? जॉइंट बन गया. सो ये किसी तरीके का जॉइंट है, सम काइंड ऑफ जॉइंट, जिसके बारे में हम पढ़ेंगे आगे. आई एम जस्ट ट्राइंग टू एक्सप्लेन यू इन जनरल टर्म्स अभी फॉर नाउ दैट किसी तरीके का जॉइंट प्रेजेंट है हमारे शोल्डर में, बिकॉज ऑफ विच वी आर एबल टू मूव इट. या, सो इट इज बिकॉज ऑफ द जॉइंट प्रेजेंट इन आवर बॉडी that we are able to move some parts of our body, either what? Either partly, या तो आधा मूव कर पा रहे हैं, or completely, or we are able to show the complete movement of the body. And our next question is, why are we unable to move some parts at all? We have seen that we were able to move several parts, for example neck, shoulder, right, knee, elbow. So these parts we were able to move, but there are also some parts which we are not able to move at all. For example, look at our skull, brain. Can you move even a slightest part of your skull? Are you able to move it? Try moving it. You will not be able to. You can only move your neck like this, but you cannot move your skull, in which your brain is present. And why is that? क्यों नहीं move कर सकते? It is because it does not have joint that is movable. ऐसा joint नहीं है कि आप move कर सकते हैं. That was one case. But let's say, look at this arm. आर्म में आपका अपर आर्म है, बट आप सिर्फ बेंड ये एल्बो वाला पार्ट कर सकते हो. Why cannot you bend this part? आप ये जो अपर आर्म का पार्ट है ये वाला, why you are not able to move it? आप उसको क्यों नहीं बेंड कर सकते? Because it does not have a joint. यहां पे कोई ऐसा ज्वाइनिंग बोन ही नहीं है जो आप जिससे आप फोल्ड कर सको. क्योंकि हम अगर एल्बो अपना फोल्ड कर सकते हैं तो दैट इज बिकॉज ऑफ द जॉइंट दैट इज प्रेजेंट इन आवर आर्म. बट यहां अपर आर्म में तो कोई जॉइंट नहीं है. आर्म जॉइंट कहां पे है? आर्म के मिडल में. नॉट अपर, नॉट लोअर, बट इन द मिडल. So we will not be able to move our body part if it is not having any joint present between them. So this is our answer. We are not able to move some parts of our body, some parts of our body because why? Because it does not have any joint present between them. Only you can move your body parts from the places where there are joints, else you will not be able to move your body part at all.